From Conseco Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, it's time for the 3A state final. Tonight, the Plymouth Pilgrims and the Hatchets of Washington. Good evening, and get ready for a big night of high school basketball. 2 state champions were crowned this morning, and 2 more will be crowned tonight. I'm Chris Tenary with the coach, Dave Nicholson, Chuck Freeby on my left, and we're with you for 2 great matchups. Game 1 tonight, the 3A state title, and it's Plymouth and the Washington Hatchets. Washington, Dave, ended the season #1 in the state.
The only time they lost, they came to the Hall of Fame tournament, lost 2 games in 1 day, and I think 18 in a row since then. Luke Zeller makes them go.
Over 900 wins between both of these coaches, Jack Edison of Plymouth and Dave Omer of Washington. As we break this game down, Dave, let's look at the key players tonight for both teams.
Well, let's take it the visiting team first, Plymouth, and you got to look at number 12, Kyle Binge, 27 points a game. I think he's the 2nd highest scorer in the state of Indiana this year, a big-time scorer. And of course, when you look at the Washington Hatchets, you have to look at the big man, Luke Zeller, headed for Notre Dame. He averages 19.4 points a game and about 8.5 rebounds a game.
Well, it will be a matchup where Plymouth has to contend with Washington's size inside. Chuck Freeby, we talk about 2 coaches that are going for a state title. Jack Edison has one. Dave Omer hasn't won one. This will be his final game tonight.
Indeed. After 40 years, Dave Omer has decided to call it quits and take a look at his legacy as well as the outstanding career of Luke Zeller. And in the case of Jack Edison, we'll look back at that magical year of '82 with one of the players that was on that team, Todd Samuelson. What a night that was at Market Square.
And we hope what a night it will be here at Conseco Fieldhouse tonight. This is the 95th annual state basketball championship. This is the 3A state title game coming up. The Washington Hatchets and the Plymouth Pilgrims. Stay tuned. We'll have the starting lineups and the tip-off when we return on the LeSea Sports IHSAA television network.
I told you they have everything your bank does. Checking, savings, online banking, loans, mortgages. It's just like a bank, but with great rates on loans and savings.
But don't I have to do something weird or something to become a member?
Yeah, you have to actually go there.
It's that simple?
It's that simple.
Indiana Members Credit Union. Easy to join, tough to beat. Because for you, we believe in keeping it simple.
Welcome back to the 3A state championship game. The Plymouth Pilgrims and the Washington Hatchets here on the LeSea Sports IHSAA television network. Chris Tenary, Dave Nicholson, Chuck Freeby, our entire state finals telecast team here as we get ready for the starting lineups tonight. Plymouth and the Washington Hatchets. Washington 26-2, #1 in the final regular season poll. Plymouth #7, 22-3. We're going to send it over to longtime public address announcer Scott Gregg for the announcement of the lineups, the visiting Plymouth Pilgrims and the home team, the Washington Hatchets.
Our first game tonight is for the Class 3A State Championship and features the Plymouth Pilgrims and the Washington Hatchets. Here are your rosters and starting lineups. First for the Plymouth Pilgrims. Number 10, Jason Renz. Number 24, Chad Clinton. Number 30, Randy Davis. Number 32, Mark Adams. Number 34, Rick Davis. Number 44, Corey Booker. Number 50, Byron Falstich. And the starting lineup for the Pilgrims of Plymouth. At guard, a 6'1" senior, number 12, Kyle Binge. At guard, a 5'8" senior, number 14, Jeff Sheets. At guard, a 6'1" senior, number 20, Kyle Plumley. At forward, a 6'2" senior, number 42, Matt Huyen. At forward, a a 6'3" senior, number 52, Ryan Pickell. And the coach for the 22-3 Pilgrims, Jack Edison. And now, here are your rosters and starting lineups for the Washington Hatchets. Number 14, Kevin Decker. Number 22, Bart Young. Number 24, Joel McDonald. Number 30, David Brashear. Number 32, Jordan Winkler. Number 42, Ross Wade. Number 50, Tyler Zeller. And the starting lineup for the Hatchets of Washington: at guard, a 6'2" senior, number 20, Brett Madison. At guard, a 6'2" senior, number 34, Justin Smith. At forward, a 6'4" senior, number 44, Isaac Stahl. At forward, a 6'8" sophomore, number 55, Brian Bushi. And the center, a 6'11" senior, number 40, Luke Zeller. Head coach of the 26-2 Hatchets, Dave Omer.
Let's take a look again at our starting lineups, brought to you by St. Vincent Sports Performance Center, the Washington Hatchets and the Plymouth Pilgrims. Washington, Dave, has the definite size advantage.
With Luke Zeller, that makes it true. And there's been one change in the Plymouth lineup. We have Rick Davis listed. They're going to start Ryan Pickell, number 52, at that spot tonight.
Well, they need to give a little more size in there to battle Zeller and Stoll inside. Here is Plymouth's road to Conseco, again brought to you by St. Vincent Sports Performance. They won their own sectional, their own regional, and then beat Wawasee in the Huntington North Semi-State. When you look at Washington, they won their own sectional, their own regional, and then beat Roncalli in the Seymour Semi-State. But you talk about winning your own sectional and regional, they had not. The Hatchets won a sectional since 1983.
Right, that's a great thing for them, and I know Dave Omer feels that way. He's ending his 40th year career tonight. Both of these coaches are veterans. Jack Edison, what a week it's been for him. He was inducted in the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame on Wednesday of this week while getting his team ready to win the state championship.
You saw Jack Edison in the red. That was Dave Omer. 969 wins, and the tip easily won in the white jersey, the Washington Hatchets, Luke Zeller. So Washington has the ball there in the white, Plymouth in the dark uniforms or the red. They go right inside to Zeller. They double team. He's a good passer, very unselfish player, and he can shoot the three-point shot. He leaves it short as we look, Dave Nicholson, at Washington's keys to the game.
If there's the keys to the game, get it inside to Luke Zeller. He stepped out and shot a three that time. They got to be strong with the ball because Plymouth is shorter and quicker, and the role players must step up. They cannot just depend upon Luke Zeller. For Plymouth, the keys to the game: deny Zeller the ball. You saw how they swarmed him that time when he got it down low. Crash the boards.
And threes.
And perimeter shooting, the number 3rd key, and they just started out great.
Kyle Benj is the second leading scorer in the state, 27 points a game, all-time scoring leader at Plymouth. He has passed Scott Skiles during this senior season, and Skiles led Plymouth and the Pilgrims to a state title back in 1982. Backdoor pass. Zeller finds Justin Smith.
Well, if they're going to double team Luke Zeller, that leaves somebody open, and that's not the first time you can bet on that. He's seen the double and triple, so he's going to find his teammates as he did there.
Luke Zeller averaging nearly 4 assists per game, and a personal foul called against the Hatchets, and it's on Justin Smith.
People saw that 3rd key to the game and said, you know, outside perimeter shooting. They thought we typed that in after we saw him shoot that shot.
You've got the keyboard right here. You do color as well as graphics here.
Always leave myself 4 options. Just hit a number, Chris.
Kyle Plumlee with the basketball, gives it now to Benj. And that's Ryan Pickell. Benj with another 3. Missed it, but an offensive rebound, and Matt Huyen scores. So it's 5-2. Pilgrims have the early lead here at Conseco Fieldhouse on Championship Saturday.
Nice lob over the top, but not throwing high or hard enough.
And the Pilgrims have the ball. Plumlee. He had 16 points last week in the championship win over their rival LeSea to win the Huntington North Semi-State. Plumlee is a 6'1" senior. Bounces right side. Paquel only averaging 2 points a game. Benj now an air ball and rebounded easily by Zeller. Isaac Stoll, 10.9 points a game. They lob it into Zeller. Zeller to attack the basket. He's double teamed there and a foul. Personal foul on Plymouth. The Pilgrims are swarming the Washington Hatchets. Their head coach is Jack Edison, and we asked him how he's been able to stay at one school for 31 years.
You got to have a lot of support, especially to be at one school. And I've just been fortunate to be in a community with a school system like we have, teachers like we have, administrators like we have, yeah, just they strive for excellence and kind of have a high expectation of excellence for their children as parents and teachers for the students, and so you just carry that on.
Brian Boucher gets the offensive rebound. He pounds it home with a dunk, his first 2 points.
Well, you double team the 7-footer and the 6'8" guy comes in and dunks on you. Plymouth has got their hands full. I'm sure it's not the first time they've been outside, and they're doing a pretty good job, as you said, of swarming down when the ball goes inside.
Pilgrims have a 1-point lead. We played 3 minutes, nearly stolen by Washington. It will be Plymouth's ball. The Hatchets' Dave Omer in his 11th year at Washington, 40th year overall, and we asked him about the support from the Washington community.
Our community has great support. We draw, in a normal home game, we'll draw 4,000 people. And our tournaments have been just, 6,000 people in plus. They've just really been excited of the whole situation. And I think it's brought our town together as it does in every place that you do this, but more special in Washington because it has been a great basketball community.
Hatchets with the ball. They trail. Nice drive. It's missed, but put back in. That's Brian Boucher, the sophomore, averaging 7.5 points a game.
Well, with all the attention they're paying to Luke Zeller, that leaves Brian Boucher pretty much a free rein, and he's done a pretty good job of taking advantage of that situation to this point.
And he gets the rebound there. A very familiar name in Southern Indiana. His father played high school basketball in Washington. He was a Mr. Basketball. And then he starred, of course, at Indiana University back in the late 70s, early 80s. Played on a national championship team in 1981. And now his son wearing the colors of the Hatchets.
Well, I look at Jack Edison standing over there. He's got to win the Psychology Award of the week. All week long, he says, no way we can compete in this game with the size they've got. We just better enjoy the week, and I just don't know what we're going to do. But deep down, he's got a solid plan together.
And Luke Zeller gets a nice pass from Joel McDonald, who comes off the bench. Zeller has his first field goal, has tied the game at 8. More importantly, he's fouled. He has a chance for a 3-point play. Well, Luke Zeller headed to Notre Dame, co-valedictorian, 4.0 GPA. And one of the favorites for Mr. Basketball. You would think there are, I would think, 4 or 5 solid candidates, and one of those right here. Luke Zeller is the only player other than Jason Holsinger, who I believe at Lapel is a long shot, but with Josh McRoberts, Deontay Vaughn, and Dominic James at Richmond, none of those 3 made it out of the sectional. So Luke Zeller is sort of on a statewide stage here tonight.
I think that gives Luke a leg up, actually, a little bit of advantage being here. He was able to get his ball club to the championship game. And
well, those would be the top 5 players in the state, at least. Here's Benj. Benj is one of those 2. And he says, Kristen Airy, no, you got to put me in that category. And Benj has his second 3. And the Pilgrims back in front, 11-9.
Benj's shot's almost a semi-jump shot, but he has such a great quick release on it.
And the Plymouth Pilgrims have a 2-point lead. They've hit 3 3-point field goals. They lead here in the first quarter in Indianapolis.
Need promotional items fast? Want one-of-a-kind creative designs? Need team, camp, or corporate sportswear? Then Apple Group is the solution. Apple Group screen printing and embroidery is done in-house, so your order is delivered quickly. The friendly staff at Apple Group can create unique artwork distinctive to your organization. We count many of Indiana's top business and school corporations among our clientele. Call toll-free or visit our website and let Apple Group be your solution.
Hi, I'm John Scherer, CEO and founder of Video Professor. Well, I'm the one that makes computer learning quick and easy with these CD-ROM lessons from Video Professor. I'm so confident that my product will work for you that I'm going to send you any one of our $70 lessons absolutely free. If you're serious about learning to run the computer once and for all, try my product.
To get your free computer learning CD, you must call now. Call 1-800-209-4747.
Bless the world with music. I got a tune inside my head.
The Blessing Music Company has been serving the needs of Michiana school music programs, directors, and student musicians for over 85 years. Blessings offers a full line of band and orchestra instruments with a rental purchase plan available. Blessing Music Company, great values, outstanding service. 3 locations, South Bend, Elkhart, and Fort Wayne.
Blessing Music Company.
The IHSAA Boys State Finals are brought to you tonight by Indiana Members Credit Union, keeping it simple. Kristen Airy, Dave Nicholson, Chuck Freeby on this Saturday night 3A state championship game. Plymouth has the basketball. They have a 2-point lead against the Washington Hatchets. Nearly thrown away. Pilgrims get it. Free throw line jumpers off the back of the iron by Kyle Plumlee, and Luke Zeller has the rebound for the Hatchets. Bushi is fouled, and the Hatchets will have the basketball. We're going to take a look at some statistical comparisons between these teams, Plymouth and the Washington Hatchets, and you look at those records, very impressive. Both have won their games, Washington by a point differential of 20.3. The thing that we want to talk about, Dave, is you look at Washington, they have, and here's a long three by Zeller.
He's capable of that. People say, why is he shooting threes? Because he can hit them, folks.
Because he can make them.
He's shooting 38% from behind the line for the season.
Well, what I want to see is Washington this year. They have 2 losses, that in one day in the Hall of Fame tournament to Carmel and Belmont. Other than that, 26 wins, only 2 of them by less than 10 points. So they've not played a lot of close games this year. Let's see what happens here tonight as Kyle Benj walks.
Got him for scooting his feet there.
So Washington's, they've not played in a lot of close games.
It's going to be interesting if this stays tight to see how they react, whereas Plymouth's had some close games throughout the season. But you know, I think after you've played the number of games, 28 ball games, won 26 of them, you wouldn't get too rattled. We'll see.
Well, for this Plymouth team, they are a senior-laden team. All of their starters are seniors. Joel McDonald out to Zeller. Here's another 3. This one short, may get a bounce, but does not. And it's rebounded by Bucher. Plymouth wants to run in transition. 3-pointer from the corner, and it's good. And that one is drilled by Jeff Sheets. They average 8.5 per game. They've already made 4.
And 3 different people have scored them.
So the Pilgrims out in front by 2, and 4 different players have scored. Here comes Benj. Plymouth in the red traveling uniforms. Kyle Benj spins, challenges Zeller, can't get it. But a rebound now. Benj in the corner for 3. Got it.
No hesitation on Kyle Benj. When you score 27 points a game, you're always cocked and ready to pull the trigger.
Kyle Benj has 3 threes. He has 9 points. And now a personal foul on Kyle Plumlee. So a 5-point lead for the Plymouth Pilgrims. Kristen Airy and Dave Nicholson. Chuck Freeby, the 3rd member of our broadcast team. He is standing by. Chuck?
Well, I've covered a lot of Plymouth games this year, Chris and Dave, and you've already seen this out of Benj and Sheets. We nicknamed them the Fishermen because it's catch and release every time they get the ball.
And you can tell Kyle Benj, no fear of shooting the basketball. Washington has it, 1:25 to play in the first quarter. McDonald drives, kicks it out. They go to Zeller. Cross-court pass. McDonald is a senior. Nice pass and a slam by Zeller.
Good inside-outside action that time. They went into the post, threw it back out, and then threw it back inside. And Luke Zeller was able to seal his man completely off.
Plumlee throws it away. It is saved, and Bushi has the ball. Great defensive play and a hustling play by Isaac Stoll.
Dave Omer was up to coach in Washington saying, let's go. He wants to boost the tempo a little bit, not let the defense of Plymouth get back and set up.
Zeller tries to feed it inside. It's knocked away by Benj. Gives us an opportunity to tell you, got plans for dinner tomorrow? Easter brunch at Swan Lake is just a chip shot away. All you care to eat buffet, the Easter Bunny, Easter egg hunts, and entertainment awaits you and your family. There's a few late reservations still available. Call Swan Lake Resort in Plymouth at 935-5680, your good neighbor resort. Stoll, three-pointer, good. We're tied at 17.
Stoll's 32 of 83 for 39% behind the line. That takes the pressure off. If Washington starts hitting those, they're not going to be able to double and triple team Luke Zeller down inside.
Boy, both these teams have come to play tonight, Dave. There is no fear in their eyes. Both teams shooting well. The Hatchets 64% from the field. Plymouth 55%. Benj, long three. That's short. It will.
Got a guy out front. Leighton seeing him.
That's the quarter. First quarter. Well played by both Plymouth and Washington. We're tied at 17. The 3A state championship game in Indianapolis on the LeSea Sports IHSAA television network.
It was always my dream to teach college biology. The fact that I get to continually do research and teach at the same time is amazing to me. I never tire of learning or teaching. At Ball State, we're encouraged to work closely with students. That's the best part of all. There's nothing better than seeing a student grow.
Dr. Carolyn Vann is a respected professor and DNA researcher. Academic excellence at Ball State University.
Oh, what a difference you made in my life.
Mid-States Construction. Mid-States Construction. Laser guide wire, lightning precision. Concrete foundation. Unprecedented accuracy, unparalleled speed. More work, but less time. Tightest tolerance in the industry. Exclusively in Michiana. Mid-States Construction. The future of construction is here. We make it happen. Mid-States Construction.
Hoosier Trophies is more than trophies. Hoosier Trophies can custom engrave plaques, medals, and clocks as well as trophies, or engrave just about any item as they perform their own engraving services on site. If you're looking for a way to recognize an employee or student that has gone above and beyond, Hoosier Trophies can create the perfect gift to say congratulations, great job, or simply thanks. Hoosier Trophies is Michiana's choice for commemorative items of all types, and they have the area's lowest prices. Located on the corner of Portage and Adams Road in South Bend is Hoosier Trophies, not just...
The IHSAA Boys State Finals are brought to you tonight in part by Ball State University. Everything you need. 3A state championship game tied at 17. Plymouth and Washington on the sidelines roaming. Chuck Freeby. Chuck.
Very much, Chris. Todd Samuelson from that 1982 Plymouth team, which won the state, joins me now. And as you come back down to Indianapolis 23 years later, what memories flash through your head?
Well, the crowd and the enthusiasm sure seem a lot like they were 20-some years ago. But the thing I remember most, I guess, is saying I'd rather be playing than watching. I'd rather be playing.
Well, you serve on the school board now in Plymouth. You've been around Jack Edison all your life. What makes him such a successful coach?
I think a lot of three-pointers would help him make successful now, but just as a very humble person and sticking to the basics of basketball and really building men out of young boys or men. He just hasn't changed over 30 years.
Todd, thanks for joining us. Scott Skiles would have been here tonight, Chris, but he's a little busy with the Pacers and the Bulls.
That's right. Todd Samuelson, you had Scott Skiles, Bill Wendell. Tremendous team. They won the 82 state championship at Market Square Arena. Here's another three, and Plymouth is on fire. Chad Clinton hits it, and they have now made 7. They have 7 threes and 1 2.
They've only made, yeah, you're right. They've only made 8 field goals. 7 of them been behind the line. The officials' arms are going to get tired tonight, holding them up, signaling 3 points.
Here's a 3, top of the key by Washington, and it's Justin Smith. Well, again, Plymouth is doubling down on Luke Zeller. He's very unselfish, a good passer, and his teammates are hitting, and it's a 1-point Plymouth lead. Corey Bucher has the ball. They sag off him.
Justin Smith is sticking to Kyle Binge like his own shirt.
Bench comes off the screen. Nice pass. Sheets in the corner. Hit 1, hit 2. Jeff Sheets has hit 3 threes, and they have 8. That's as many as they make during the season.
Well, Kyle Binge shoots 43.5 behind the lane. Jeff Sheets, as we had another lob pass to Zeller, and he got fouled, but Jeff Sheets shoots at 37.5%. Kyle Plumlee 32.9. Why not let them shoot them if they're shooting those kind of percentages?
So free throws now for Luke Zeller at the free throw line. This is a Plymouth team that was 16-7 last year, lost in the semis of the sectional, and 2 years ago this senior class as sophomores won 6 games, and now they're playing in the state championship game.
Executive Director, Sports Director Dennis Casey pointed out 8 threes ties the 3A record in the championship game. You think they're going to break it?
I think so. If they're going to win tonight, they will break it. And Luke Zeller, and you know, Washington might break it as well. They have hit 3. 26-24. There you see it. Plymouth 8 of 13. Washington 3 of 6.
Little half-court 1-3-1 trap, and with the wingspan of Bushi at the high post, Zeller on the baseline, could be tough to penetrate.
Well, Dave Omer trying anything now on the defensive end to change things up. Knocked out of bounds, Isaac Stoll, as Plumlee tried to find Sheets in the corner.
You really got to hustle that 1-3-1. If you remember this afternoon in a game, the corners are open and up at the top of each side of the keys open on that, so you can't let Binge and you can't let Sheets get set down there.
Binge is on the bench right now taking a break. Plumlee has the ball, pressured, they go to the corner. Sheets again, can he hit 3? This one hit the shot clock and almost bounced it in. Jeff Sheets had just hit 2 there in the first quarter. Tied at 17. We had 2 ties, 4 lead changes. Plymouth led by as many as 5. Washington by 1. Right now Plymouth has a 2-point lead. Zeller gives the ball to Smith. Tried to bounce it inside to Bushi.
A little out of control there in traffic. Justin Smith's got to slow down just a little bit and let things happen.
4 turnovers now for the Washington Hatchets. And Sheets has his 3-point try blocked. Ball is taken by Zeller. Gets it ahead to Justin Smith. Number 34 on the floor now for Plymouth is Rick Davis. He's a 6'1 junior. McDonald finds Smith. His 3 good, and Washington has the lead.
The last play down on the defensive end is why I think Luke Zeller is a Mr. Basketball candidate, a strong one. He made the hustle play, had to tip the ball to himself twice and went right after it and picked up the loose ball. He's not just a big guy that stands around down inside.
Sheets. He didn't hesitate. He had his last one blocked. He's now hit 4 from behind the arc. He has 12.
Plymouth is not going to break the record. They've already done that. They're going to shatter it.
Nice inside pass, and Bushi scores. Has a chance for a 3-point play. He was open, and he got the ball from none other than Luke Zeller.
Going to see a replay here, Chris. There's a nice pass down inside to Bushi. And again, it was because they were double teaming Zeller. He finds the other big guy, Bushi, down inside, and Brian finished very strong. Chance to get the old-fashioned 3-point play.
Free throw no good by Bushi. Luke Zeller now with 10 points and 5 assists, and we're not even halfway through this game. Ball knocked out of bounds, tied at 29 with 4:12 to play. If this is an indication of what we're in store for all night long with the 3A and 4A game, I'm glad I'm right here.
Well, the games have been really good all day, and I thought they would be coming in. You and I talked about it was just not only it's fun to broadcast the games, it's fun to watch these games.
Davis has the ball. Rick Davis, a 6'1 junior, 3.5 points a game. Kyle Plumlee Holds the ball, guarded by Joel McDonald. Plumlee, a senior, averaging about 8 points a game. Plumlee has a 3 here, one of the 9 that Plymouth has hit here in the first half. And Plumlee walks in the corner. So we have a timeout on the floor. 3:49 to play. We were tied at 17 after 1. Right now we're tied at 29. Second quarter from Indianapolis.
You transferred that money into checking?
Yeah, I did it online.
Made the loan payment?
Online.
Checked the balances on our checking and savings?
Online.
Fixed the dryer?
Indiana Members Credit Union. Complete online banking at imcu.org. Because for you, we believe in keeping it simple.
Basement water problems. You can try patching cracks, but that's not fixing the problem. Leaky, damp basements can cause structural and health problems you may not even be aware of. Not to mention what it does to the value of your home.
At National Waterproofing, our mission is to provide dependable, affordable solutions for a variety of basement problems. We also offer a lifetime transferable warranty.
What are you waiting for? Visit our website and call National Waterproofing today for a free in-home inspection and analysis of your basement water problems.
Hey, it's Friday. It's payday. We're going to go to lunch. You want to come with us?
I got to go to the bank and deposit my check.
Deposit your check automatically. Save time and money by joining First Source Bank's Easy Banking Club.
You'll get free checking with interest, discounts on loans, free online banking, and more.
Sorry, bud. We're going to lunch. Get direct deposit at First Source.
First Source Bank, your partners from the first.
The IHSAA Boys Basketball State Finals are brought to you by Balance Pro, the power of recharge. Tied at 29, 3:49 to play in the second quarter. Kristen Airy, Dave Nicholson. Here's Chuck Freeby. Chuck.
Thank you very much, Chris. Maury Mannies has been calling Muncie Central games now 49 years, and he's getting ready to do the Bearcats coming up in the Class 4A state finals. And what do you attribute your longevity to? We've talked about Dave Omer and Jack Edison tonight. How about you, Maury?
Well, you know, it's a great job to be paid for, to see the Bearcats and all the other Delaware County teams, but to have been a part already of broadcasting 4 state championships, this could be my 5th, the Bearcats' 9th. I think it keeps me young just being around the kids and the whole atmosphere of Hoosier High School basketball.
Oh, when you think of the legends of Indiana broadcasting, you got Hilliard Gates, Tom Carnegie, and this guy, Maury Mannies. But Dave, I know he's 49, pales in comparison to a buddy of yours that can't be with us tonight.
Herb Schromeyer is who you're talking about, a Hall of Famer and a long-time ties with Butler. Herb had been to 73 consecutive state finals. He's unable to be here tonight. I know he's watching. All your friends out there, Herb, give Herb a call at 884-0289. He'd love to hear from you. And Herb, we wish you the very best and hope you're out and around very soon.
Absolutely. Herb Schromeyer, again, in all my years, 16 years now of doing Butler basketball on radio. One of the first guys I met when I got to Butler was Herb Schromeyer. And Herb, we're thinking about you, and Dave and I glad we could do it for you here tonight. 31-29, Hatchets have a 2-point lead here at Conseco Fieldhouse. Kyle Plumlee, the drive. It's blocked by Zeller out of bounds. It will be Plymouth basketball. For stocks, bonds, mutual funds, or 401k rollovers, call Baldwin Miller Financial Advisors toll free at 877-936-2006. Jim Baldwin and Dwayne Miller say when you think of financial planning, think of us. Go Big Red from Baldwin Miller Financial Advisors in Plymouth.
Talked about red-hot shooting, Chris. Plymouth was 10 of 19, 53%. Washington 11 of 15, 73%.
Kyle Benj is back. They go backdoor. Plumlee throws it out to Sheets. Will he fire a 3 again? This one short. Boucher has the ball stripped away. Plumlee got it.
Got to be strong with those rebounds.
Wide open. Oh, he spun it out. Rebound for Isaac Stoll.
Stoll comes down kind of limping here. He came down awkwardly. I think he's going to be able to run it off. The number 44 in white, Stoll. Keep an eye on it.
Pass thrown away by Zeller, picked up by Plymouth. Here comes Bench, 3-on-2. Nice pass and laid in by Rick Davis.
A pass that is used not nearly enough. The bounce pass on the fast break, the last pass, should most of the time be a bounce pass. It's much easier to handle when you're running full speed.
That is Plymouth's second 2-point field goal. Inside Bucci turns and missed it. It rimmed out, then a foul. Zeller picks up the foul.
Yep, Luke Zeller got a little bit overzealous there and went around the guy trying to grab the rebound. That's his first.
On the year, Dave, Plymouth, 50% of their field goal attempts are 3-point field goal tries. Tonight, though, 18 of their 23 field goal attempts are 3-pointers.
The trouble with that, you live with it and you die with it. In the third quarter and the fourth quarter, we'll see if their legs are still there.
Have you been benched by pain? LeFree Physical Therapy can help you get back in the game. Call 574-941-2200 to relieve your pain. Good luck, Pilgrims, from LeFree Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy, the choice for physical therapy. 90 seconds left in quarter number 2, tied at 31.
We'll give Washington credit. They're switching people on Kyle Binge. They now have McDonald guarding him. They've done a pretty good job.
Well, they forgot to switch to Rick Davis. Back-to-back field goals for the Plymouth junior. 33-31, and the Pilgrims have a 2-point lead. Luke Zeller and a foul, double team by Plymouth. And I want to tell you, Jack Edison's defense has been very good. Luke Zeller does have 10 points, does have 5 assists, but they've done a great job against him.
Absolutely. There on your screen, if you think Jack Edison's lost his fire for coaching, you just watched that last episode. He went after the official hard. Didn't think it should have been a foul on Rick Davis. You saw the replay there. Zeller got the ball, and Davis was up into him from the backside.
And the personal foul is the 7th against Plymouth, so Zeller will be at the line. Bowen Printing and Copy Center in Plymouth is your place for graduation announcements, open house invitations, accessories, and more. Also offering promotional items, business cards, letterhead, brochures, and of course black and white and color copies. Bowen Printing and Copy Center, South Michigan Street in Plymouth. Luke Zeller, free throw, gets the roll. He's a 71% free throw shooter, 19 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. He is a McDonald's All-American. He will join Josh McRoberts on Wednesday, playing up at the Joyce Center in South Bend in the McDonald's All-American game. Missed the second. 33-32. Pilgrims have the 1-point lead. Less than a minute to go. Plymouth works the ball. That is Randy Davis, a freshman in the lineup now.
4 people around Binge.
Now they whip it around. Sheets for 3. Good. Jeff Sheets, 5 3-point field goals. There's always a place on the floor for a shooter.
Well, I tell you, when you put 4 defenders around one guy, somebody's going to be open. That time it was Sheets once again.
Isaac Stoll misses. Rebound, though, Joel McDonald puts it up with a left hand and got it.
Nice move there by McDonald.
36-34 Plymouth. I would assume they'll work for the final shot, but Benj attacks, goes right to the hoop, left it short. Zeller gets the rebound. Outlets the ball, Sheets the steal.
They hit it.
He misses that 3. Zeller got it. They still have 5 seconds.
Gotta go. I don't think they know the clock till now.
Isaac Stoll, and he shoots a half-court shot short. But a very good half of basketball here at Conseco Fieldhouse. The Plymouth Pilgrims have a 2-point lead, 36-34. 10 of their 13 field goals from 3-point range. The head coach, Jack Edison, standing by with Chuck Freeby.
Well, Jack, you obviously learned in those math classes at Green Township that 3 is greater than 2. But what's your evaluation of the first half for your team?
Well, you know, we can't expect to shoot that well in the second half, I don't think, from that far out, and they'll make some adjustments for us. We just can't stop them at their end. They're so powerful inside, and they're hitting the threes on the outside, nothing unexpected. So we got to figure out some way to get their percentage down from scoring at least 90% of the time down the floor anyway.
Well, Jack, good luck to you and the Pilgrims in the second half. Chris and Dave, I haven't seen anybody do that much around the arc since Noah.
And I want to tell you, I think Jack Edison listened well to Lou Holtz, because he has poor-mouthed his Plymouth Pilgrims. 2-point lead for Plymouth at the half here in Indianapolis.
Marry a millionaire? Get real. Real college, real experience, real careers, really fast. Vincennes University Preview Days, April 1st or 2nd. Register online at vinu.edu.
Win the lottery? Get real. Real college, real experience, real careers, really fast. Vincennes University Preview Days, April 1st or 2nd. Register online at vinu.edu.
The following is an urgent message for all inventors. Who cashed in on your last great idea? Do you have another invention? Do you need a patent? Then you need InventTech.
Everyone laughed at my pot that cooked and drained pasta. If I had the patent, I'd be rich.
Snap your fingers, turn on a light. That was my idea, but I never thought to get a patent.
Call InventTech now for a free inventor's kit and get our free video or DVD with your confidential submission. Call 1-800-249-8600.
It was always my dream to teach college biology. The fact that I get to continually do research and teach at the same time is amazing to me. I never tire of learning or teaching. At Ball State, we're encouraged to work closely with students. That's the best part of all. There's nothing better than seeing a student grow.
Dr. Carolyn Vann is a respected professor and DNA researcher. Academic excellence at Ball State University.
Oh, what a difference you made in my life.
Welcome back to the 3A state championship game in Indianapolis at Conseco Fieldhouse on the Shelbourne Clinic and Methodist Hospital scoreboard. The Plymouth Pilgrims have a 2-point lead over the Washington Hatchets, 36-34. We'll have the complete stat update for you later in the broadcast, but 10 3-point field goals for Plymouth in the first half. Our 3A state championship trivia question is brought to you by Watson's. Well, Washington is here playing in the state championship game, and what legendary coach won state titles for the Hatchets in 1941 and 42? We'll have the answer for you here in 30 seconds. This is the 13th state finals for Washington. Their first appearance here since 1942. They have 3 titles, 1930, 1941, and 1942. Discount Muffler and Tire in Plymouth knows the underside of your car. Whether it's mufflers, converters, brakes, shocks, or tires, Discount Muffler and Tire can get you back on the road safely. Congratulations to Coach Edison, the entire Pilgrim team from Discount Muffler and Tire in Plymouth. And the Plymouth Booster Club encouraging all Plymouth residents to attend all the sporting events home and away at Plymouth High School. Show your support to the hardworking Plymouth High School athletes by joining the Plymouth Athletic Booster Club today. All right, what legendary coach won state titles at Washington in 1941 and 1942? Here we go. Marion Crawley is your answer. All right, we'll come back. More at the half. Plymouth by 2 on the LeSea Sports IHSAA television network.
Experience and pride make Michiana Contracting one of the most comprehensive contractors in the state of Indiana, taking projects from beginning stages of design all the way to completion. Our versatility makes us unique. Our quality makes us #1. Michiana Contracting.
At Oliver Ford Lincoln Mercury, of course we sell cars, but really, we're all about family. That's why we support Warm Up Marshall County, breast cancer awareness, and Backpack for Kids.
We feel it's very important to stay connected, to be available whenever and for whatever reason a customer may need us for.
Take care of the little bitty things, and the big things will take care of themselves.
We're passionate about our family and yours.
At Oliver Ford Lincoln Mercury, we tip our hat to you.
Vanco Development and Van Vactor Construction, family-owned real estate development companies now offering commercial and industrial building sites along U.S. Highway 30 and Plymouth city limits. Vanco Development and Van Vactor Construction for all your building needs.
The 4A title game has 8-time state champion Muncie Central standing up to 7-foot Greg Oden and Lawrence North. Muncie Central put their tradition on the line, looking for their first championship since 1988. The Bearcats are deadly from outside, but can also slow things down for Coach Matt Fine.
We have great guards who make great decisions, and it's been good to us this year. Lawrence North will do a great job of pressuring us, but if we're fortunate enough to have the lead, you could see that.
Lawrence North has the talent to play any style, and much of their success comes from the big man in the middle.
They're really two sides of the coin to them, which makes them a good team. They're capable of transition threes. They're capable of passing it 15 times before they even look up. And so they're a difficult team to deal with. But I think if you just do your job and stay between them and the bucket and make them earn every shot, and we've got this human eraser inside, so we keep them away from the bucket pretty well. And that allows our defense to play solid, but yet show a gamble now and then. And so that's pretty much the way we go at it each game.
Own a timeshare or campground membership? Turn it into cash.
Timeshares Only got us our full asking price before our next monthly payment was due.
Timeshares Only is the nation's largest, #1 most successful timeshare agency, representing properties from the biggest names in the industry.
No one sells more timeshares.
Call now and receive a free information kit, including 10 secrets to timeshares. You owe it to yourself to work with the best.
Don't delay. Call 800-370-1698 now.
Marry a millionaire? Get real. Real college, real experience, real careers, really fast. Vincent's University Preview Days, April 1st or 2nd. Register online at vinu.edu.
Win the lottery? Get real. Real college, real experience, real careers, really fast. Vincent's University Preview Days, April 1st or 2nd. Register online at vinu.edu.
This field was treated with Balance Pro herbicide.
It sat there for 15 days without a drop of rain, and the weeds came up again.
And then it rained. And Recharge got them like that.
We know because this is our field.
Since 1999, Balance Pro has been used successfully on more than 21 million acres. That's the power of Recharge.
Chuck Freeby back at Conseco Fieldhouse with Dave Omer, the head coach of the Washington Hatchets. What adjustments do you make here in the second half?
Well, we just got to figure out how to get to their shooters. We're not doing a very good job getting over screens, and we're losing people. And the little 14, our big rebounder is Isaac Stahl. He's leaving, going to the boards and leaving his man. We can't do that.
Good luck to you in the Hatchets in the second half. Should be a very exciting second half here at Conseco as Washington trails Plymouth by 2.
All right, thanks, Chuck. And number 14, Jeff Sheets, 93 threes coming in. He made 5 in the first half. Plymouth had 10. Our first half highlights and stats are brought to you by St. Vincent Sports Performance, and that's Rick Davis scoring. And now you're going to see a loose ball. They whip it around, and Jeff Sheets, one of his 5 3-point field goals, Dave Nicholson, in the first half. Then for the Washington Hatchets, Luke Zeller with the dunk. But he also can pass the ball as Justin Smith will hit the 3.
When they double and triple team him, they throw it out to Smith. And he's been doing very well out there, and Smith had a good first half of basketball.
St. Vincent Sports Performance Center, dedicated to its clients, their relentless pursuit of that next level. Call them today at 317-415-5747. Tell them you want to do just one thing, get better. St. Vincent Sports Performance Center, get better. What do you like here, Dave?
Well, I like that 65% from Washington, but how would you like to shoot 65% and trail by 2? That's the three-point shooting. You look 10 of 20 for Plymouth. That's just outstanding, 50%. And the point is, it's not 1 of 2. They stuck 20 of them, folks, and hit 10. Washington did well themselves behind the line, 4 of 9. It's very acceptable. Plymouth did not get to the free throw line. Rebounding's 2 margin edge to Washington. Washington turned it over a few too many times, and Dave Omer alluded to that. Dave Omer bought a new suit for tonight. I went up and asked him, I said, I haven't seen you in a suit. He said, I went out and bought a brand new one for the championship game.
Boy, look at that hairstyle. The crossed hatchets. I think there's anybody left down in Washington tonight, Dave?
That'll look something like Dennis Casey would wear right there.
Plymouth Country Club has been called the best kept secret in northern Indiana, offering championship golf, a new clubhouse with swimming pool, and a full service restaurant. Take advantage of the $600 new member discount but calling 574-936-4543. Plymouth Country Club become a member today, and we cannot get warm weather soon enough so we can all get out on the golf course. But
you and were talking with your son there just before tip-off, and said you were going to play a little golf as soon as the weather changed, and I do hope it's soon.
But this is a nice day for basketball, and Luke Zeller ties the game up at 36. So Zeller on the board for the first time here in this half. He has 13 points. He led the Hatchets with 11.
Well, I think Washington's got to stay aware of Zeller down low. They forced him to step out with double and triple teams the first half, but I would still look for number 40 down on the block.
There you see Kyle Benj and Luke Zeller, the leading scorers on each of these teams. Benj for Plymouth and Zeller for Washington.
Well, Benj hasn't hit very well, 3 of 11 from the field, but he can get hot and hit 6 in a row at any time.
Brian Piquet got the start. He's a 6'3 senior. 5 seniors in the starting lineup for Plymouth. 4 seniors in the lineup on the starting lineup for Washington. Jumper by Kyle Benj, and this one's just a 2.
You would expect him to take off in this half. He's averaging 27 points a game, and that's not by accident. You have to get him every night, so he'll get his points before this game is over.
Zeller steps away. His 17-footer, nothing but net.
You got to have great confidence to be a 7-footer and step out and shoot that shot.
Game tied at 38. Just underway. We played almost 90 seconds here in the third quarter. Benj with the runner. He can't get it. Ball is loose. Tipped out of bounds. Zeller knocked it away.
It certainly looks like Kyle Benj is coming out more aggressive offensively here in the third quarter.
So Plymouth to inbound the basketball. In the red uniforms, Washington in the home white. The Southern team in all 4 games today. The home team, the team representing the North, is the road team. Sheets, they throw it away. Washington has the ball. For knee pain and injuries, call the Shelbourne Clinic at Methodist Hospital for treatment options to get you back faster to the activities you love. Go to www.aclmd.com or call the Shelbourne Clinic at 1-888-FIX-KNEE.
Joel McDonald there with the ball. He's only scored 1 basket, but he's had the major job of defending Benj, and frankly, he's done a pretty good job of it to this point. Benj has only 8 points.
And Zeller scores in a foul. Count it. 3-point play opportunity for Luke Zeller. Boy, if he gets the ball that deep, nothing Plymouth can do, and Kyle Plumlee picks up the foul.
And that's his 3rd foul. There's a nice lob pass over the top to Luke Zeller, and you're exactly right. When he gets it there, you may as well put it on the scoreboard.
He has all 6 points for Washington here in the quarter. Could make it 7. He does, and it's a 3-point Hatchet lead. 41-38. We've had 6 ties. That's our 9th lead change. Benj leads it short. Brian Boucher has the rebound, gives it ahead to Joel McDonald. McDonald started this game on the bench, drives the lane, left hand, scores.
Second basket for Joel McDonald, but he looked very strong, went to the basket with authority.
5-point lead for the Hatchets. 7-0 run by Washington. Ball, wild pass thrown away. Fortunately for Plymouth, McDonald knocked it away.
He was looking for Kyle Benj sneaking down in the corner over there, but Kyle Benj has been aggressive, but he's missed 3 attempts and made 1 here in the third quarter.
Substitutions now for Plymouth. Rick Davis is on the floor, as is Corey Bucher, joining Benj, Sheets, and Kyle Plumlee. Starting left, going back right is Plumlee. Now they start the half-court offense. Long shot by Plumlee, no good, but Benj got the rebound, challenges Zeller right to the basket and scores.
Made the drive, drew the contact to create space for his shot. Good move.
3-point Washington lead. Isaac Stoll had 3 points and a 3-point field goal in the first half. Justin Smith has the ball. He had a 10-point first half. They look inside to Zeller. Zeller steps away again, wants to shoot it, step away, jumper on the baseline. That was short. Davis the rebound, hands the ball out to Benj. Off a screen, Benj looks, Sheets has it. Benj in the corner for three. That ball short, but he got his own rebound. Wasn't blocked out. And he challenges Zeller again.
I'll tell you what, anytime you lose Benj, you're going to dodge a bullet if you don't get scored on. He got a good look in the corner, followed his own shot, and made a great move. You got to stay with him.
Now McDonald loses the ball, stripped away. Plymouth has it. Here's Benj. Count it, and a foul, blocking foul called against Washington. And Plymouth, after trailing by 5, has 6 straight points, and they take the lead.
Well, it's been Kyle Benj. Good shooters keep shooting. He's come out so much more aggressive here in the second half. There's a good outlet pass. Benj is taking off on the fly pattern, and they did not feel that Smith got there in time.
Kyle Benj has all 8 of Plymouth's points here in the quarter. He'll be at the free throw line when we come back. A full timeout. Plymouth has a 1-point lead.
Here's big news on term life insurance. Matrix Direct now offers quality coverage from American General Life, one of the nation's strongest and most highly rated insurance companies. American General Life will be there when you need protection most. A 40-year-old man can get a $250,000 policy for less than $13 a month. Call now for your free quote. The call is free, the quote is free, and there's no obligation.
Call 1-800-380-6671. Policy not available in the state of New York.
One of our best kept secrets here at Oliver Ford is our great tire prices.
People have not perceived us as being a tire seller of any kinds, but actually we go beyond that. We want to be their only tire source.
We'll meet or beat anybody's best tire price.
Tires are the cheapest form of insurance you can put on your car, and to us, keeping your family safe with a new set of tires is just a natural.
At Oliver Ford Lincoln Mercury, we tip our hat to you.
As your family increases in size, Lot Construction can build a room addition to accommodate your growing family. Maybe it's time for a garage to protect your vehicles from the elements. How about a second-story addition with new siding and new windows? And when it's complete, it will look as if it was built that way from the start. Finally, you can begin from scratch. From custom design to groundwork to framework to final completion, Lot Construction will do custom, upscale new construction for your home or business. At Lot Construction, you'll love what they build for.
Plymouth leads at 44-43 here at Conseco, and this semi-truck is parked across from Conseco Fieldhouse. You remember RV1 in the Mitch Daniels campaign? Well, this is Semi-1, or maybe Semi-40 for the Washington Hatches. A Washington fan put that together in tribute to Luke Zellers, and the only thing Luke added when he saw it was he wanted a mention of Philippians 4:13 on there, which is from in God all things can be done. And Zeller and the rest of the Hatchets very proud of that semi. Black and Gold has been the hit song in Washington all week.
It's been the hit song here tonight for all the Washington Hatchet fans, but the Red of Plymouth battling the #1 team in the state strong here, and we're tied at 45. Kristen Airy, Dave Nicholson, Chuck Freeby here. Bounce pass out of bounds. Ball belongs to Washington. Hoosier Driving Academy in Plymouth, dedicated to teaching safe and responsible driving. State accredited, serving all of Michiana. Professional instructors that are service and safety oriented. Hoosier Driving Academy, keeping you collision free for life. Website www.hoosierdriving.com. Zeller, turnaround jumper, good. Zeller has 9 in the quarter. He has 20 in the game. He has 9 of their 13 here in the third.
Well, the offense is going through Luke Zeller as well it should. The time before this, when we were taking a look at their truck, Zeller made a great pass over the top to the sophomore Brian Boucher for his lay-in.
And Plumlee, nice backdoor play on the bounce pass, and Kyle Plumlee has 5.
He becomes the first Pilgrim to score here in the third quarter, with the exception of Kyle Benj to that point.
Boy, this has been an exceptionally well-played game here tonight. Neither team showing signs of being nervous. Both offenses have been very good. McDonald on the baseline, left-handed jumper hits it, and McDonald has 6. Long 3, Benj missed it. McDonald the rebound.
Got to go over the top with that pass. McDonald tried to throw it straight.
Benj is open on the baseline, and
Partially blocked, wasn't it? Let's give him benefit of the doubt. That was so short, it about had to be. touched.
I'll tell you, Justin Smith went flying through the air. Benj thought he had avoided him and then took a little bit off the shot. Specialty Orthopedics with locations in Plymouth and Bremen, specializing in adult reconstructive surgery, general orthopedics. Dr. Anthony McPherson taking pride in helping Plymouth athletes perform. Eye Care, Indiana Center for Adult Reconstruction. That's Specialty Orthopedics.
Well, that time Benj drove hard and made a drop pass down to Corey Bucher.
And Isaac Stoll hits the three. And now it's a 5-point Hatchet lead at 52-47.
We've talked about him keeping fresh defenders on Benj all night. That might get to his legs on that outside shot. If you remember, Jack Edison alluded to that at halftime. He says we won't shoot it as well from that long distance in the second half.
Benj spins to the basket, but a personal foul called on Brett Madison of Washington. Madison started the ball game. 5-point lead is the largest by either team. Washington had that earlier in the quarter.
There's a replay, and actually they're going to call that foul on Justin Smith, I believe, and that's 3 on Justin Smith, or it is according to my book.
Bart Young is going to check in for the Washington Hatchets. Associated Builders and Contractors, Indiana voice of Merit Shop, fighting for your right to do business as you see fit. Strengthen your business by joining the Merit Shop Association today. ABC, the only contractors association defending your rights and training your workforce.
Chris, that's kind of important. Justin Smith, if you remember, has been the main man in guarding Kyle Benj. We'll see what Benj does now with a different defender on him.
Well, Sheets missed that three. He is still 5 of 10 on the evening. But now Washington trying to build on a 5-point lead. Joel McDonald out front has played very well off the bench.
Well, they're not going to hold the ball, but they're not going to be in a big hurry until they get the shot they want, and I think that's smart basketball on their part.
Zeller catches, whips the pass to Stoll, top of the key for 3. Isaac Stoll his 3rd triple, and they have opened up an 8-point lead. Plymouth, on the other hand, after making 10 in the first half, is 0 of 5 behind the arc in the quarter. And the game action stops. Another personal foul, and this one is on Isaac Stoll. 8-0 run right now by the Hatchets. And they're doing it, Dave, with 3-point shooting.
There's the inside-outside play as they threw it down inside, and you saw Stoll just reverse up to the top of the key, and they threw it back out, and he buried that last 3.
44 seconds to play. Plymouth has the ball. Near steal, it is stolen. Madison has it. To the hoop, he rolls it in off the glass.
Notice he crossed over and went to his strong hand, a smart move. He had to step on the defender, and he knew it.
10-point lead for the Washington Hatchets, the largest tonight. Plumlee on the baseline, cutting down the lane. Davis bouncing now to Randy Davis, who is a freshman.
Boy, excuse me, Chris, it's interesting. Isaac Stoll, 6'4", is guarding Jeff Sheets at 5'8". And of course, his long arms is making it tough as that shot was shot over him right there.
Zeller the rebound, gets it to Stoll behind his back at the buzzer for 3. It's just off the back of the iron. But Washington trailed by 2 at the half. They lead by 10 after 3. Hatchets 57, Pilgrims 47 at Conseco Fieldhouse.
Today, productive lives will be lived, opportunities created, dreams realized, because of 3 simple words: yes, I can. For over a century, Indiana Business College has been helping students achieve fulfilling careers and build better lives. Change happens one step at a time, and it's easier than you think. Dial now. Classes are forming at our 10 locations throughout the state. Indiana Business College. We change lives, one student at a time.
I told you they have everything your bank does. Checking, savings, online banking, loans, mortgages. It's just like a bank, but with great rates on loans and savings.
But don't I have to do something weird or something to become a member?
Yeah, you have to actually go there.
It's that simple?
It's that simple.
Indiana Members Credit Union. Easy to join, tough to beat. Because for you, we believe in keeping it simple.
A lot of home improvement stores will let you rent their truck so you can bring home your building supplies. Ouch! Well, at Big C Lumber, we'll load and deliver right to your door absolutely free the same day you purchase. It's part of our service commitment. Expert advice, quality materials, and free delivery.
Hometown service, hometown pride. Big C Lumber. Think big, Big C. Big C.
The IHSAA Boys State Finals are brought to you by Shelbourne Clinic. Visit the website at aclmd.com or call the Shelbourne Clinic at 1-888-FIX-KNEE. Specialized care for knee injuries at Methodist Hospital. And on the Shelbourne Clinic scoreboard, the Washington Hatchets a 10-point lead, and Luke Zeller is 3 rebounds and an assist away, Dave Nicholson, from a triple-double. And there's the shot blocked away, and Zeller has another rebound. That will be his 8th.
The third quarter was huge for the Hatchets. They outscored Plymouth 23-11 there in the third quarter.
Zeller to Stoll. He's knocked over, and 3 free throws now for the Washington Hatchets. Boy, if Isaac Stoll hits the shot, Zeller gets an assist, his 10th. Won't get it right here. Look at the tail of the tape.
There you go. Binge has 18 points. Zeller has 20. 7 of 20 for Binge. Look at Zeller, 7 for 11. 3-pointers. Zeller's made 1. Binge has made 3. 8 rebounds for Zeller and 3 for Binge. Both good players.
Isaac Stoll averaging almost 11 points a game. He has 9 points on 3 threes here tonight. Leaves the free throw short. Practice makes perfect. Swan Lakes Golf Academy now open regardless of the weather. Ask about the annual practice pass, giving you member privileges until March 21st of next year. Call 936-9798 for details and your first tee times of the year. Swan Lake Golf Academy in Plymouth.
Well, Isaac Stoll's hit 1 out of 2, and remember, he's been the guy that's been chasing little Jeff Sheets all night, and his legs may be getting a little tired also.
He makes 2 of the 3. He has 11, and the lead is 12 now for the Washington Hatchets, 59-47. 12-0 run by Washington. Plymouth has not scored in 3.5 minutes.
They're clearly looking for Binge, and McDonald is just all over him here to our left.
Plumlee on the baseline left. They look inside. Plumlee wanted to shoot the 3. Now Rick Davis guarded by Zeller. Jason Renz is in. Give and go to Plumlee, and he hooks it in over Luke Zeller.
Beautiful play. It's what a player should do when he passes the ball. Don't stand basket cut. If you don't get the ball, clear out. Keep playing.
1 minute gone by. Bart Young is on the floor. Zeller. Luke Zeller, 20 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds. Has the ball in the post. He'll look.
Washington does not have to force anything, and twice now it's gone to the post to Zeller, and he's kicked it back out because he was double teamed.
And a loose ball. Plumlee got the steal. And an easy layup for Kyle Benj.
If you're going to play that kind of half-court offense that Washington was trying to play this last possession, you've got to be very strong with the ball, do some pass faking.
McDonald is fouled by Kyle Plumlee.
Not a real good foul. I think that's 4 on Plumlee as well.
For stocks, bonds, mutual funds, or 401k rollovers, call Baldwin Miller Financial Advisors. You can call them toll-free in Plymouth at 877-936-2006. Jim Baldwin and Dwayne Miller say, when you think of financial planning, think of us. Go Big Red from Baldwin Miller Financial Advisors in Plymouth. You know, Dave Homer is trying to win his first state championship years in 40 years of coaching. Shot missed by Zeller. You know, he thought about hanging it up last year. He did not like the makeup of his team, thought they were selfish. They have not been selfish this year. And that shot badly missed by Sheets, but Plymouth gets it back. Here's Benj. Nice pass. And we have a foul. Rick Davis. It will not be a shooting foul. The ball will be out of bounds underneath the basket.
Going to see a nice pass by Benj here down underneath, and I believe that foul was on number 22, Bart Young, for Washington.
You talk about that, Dave, and now they are not going to give him free throws. They're going to say it out of bounds. You coached a long time. You know, some years you feel like you have that chemistry, some years you don't.
And I tell you what, there's only so much the coach can do about that. The players have got to come together and say, hey, if we want to be we've got a chance of being pretty good. If it's going to be me, we're not going to be very good. And the players have got to buy into that on their own.
And Dave Omer said it was the players. All of a sudden, I think they realized the sense of urgency, trying to get a sectional title back for Washington. They had not won one since 1983. And when you got the big guy Luke Zeller in the middle, you have to take advantage. The time is now.
Right, and he said they bought into the fact that, yes, Luke Zeller is our leader, and I think that's pretty evident when you see him play, and the other guys are doing a great job of filling an important role.
Benj missed the shot, but offensive rebound from Renz. Here's Benj. Off the circle right. That one's no good.
That's going to be on Benj. That's going to be on Kyle Benj. He just went crashing in there. I think he's a little frustrated. His shots aren't dropping, and he's trying to make up for it with hustle play. That time he got caught in the air. We're going to see the replay on this. There's Benj's shot. Now watch, it's going to be a long rebound off to our left, and boom, there comes Benj in over the top.
Carnegie Towing in Plymouth can help you with lockouts, auto repairs, jump starts, tire changes, 24-hour towing. Call Carnegie Towing at 1-800-905-2004. Carnegie Towing, one call, and you're hooked. Here's Stoll, three!
Well, that play has worked all night where they go inside to Luke Zeller. He looks opposite. We call that the shortcut pass. Throw it in the middle and look opposite.
10th assist for Luke Zeller. Rebound Zeller, he has his 9th. He is one rebound shy of a triple-double here in the 3A state championship game.
Well, he averages about 9 on every ball game for the year.
Zeller has the basketball. Makes a bad pass there. And now here's a drive and a score. Great play there by Randy Davis, just a 5'9" freshman.
I tell you, when Luke Zeller gets that ball, his teammates can now stand and watch him. They've got to move and get open to give him a passing lane.
McDonald has the ball cross court, nearly threw it to the Washington bench. Good play by Justin Smith.
Dave Omer there in his brand new suit that he bought for this game tonight.
Missed shot, rebound, tipped away, and Plymouth has the ball. Kyle Benj with 4 minutes to play here in the fourth and final quarter. Jeff Sheets had 5 threes in the first half, has been silent here in the second half.
Justin Smith with his 6'2", Isaac Stoll with his 6'4" frame doing a good job of defending Jeff Sheets. He's gone off for 5 threes, but none here in the second half.
Randy Davis got to the hoop. He draws the foul. Free throws now for the freshman.
Here's the replay on that. Nice drive there by Randy Davis, and Brett Madison picked up his first personal.
Well, have you been benched by pain? LeFree Physical Therapy can help you get back in the game. Call 574-941-2200 to relieve your pain. Good luck, Pilgrims, from LeFree Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy, the choice for physical therapy.
Freshman Randy Davis gets both free throws. He's come in and given his team a left, and Dave Omer says we're going to take a timeout.
And Washington takes a timeout, a 7-point fourth quarter lead.
It was always my dream to teach college biology. The fact that I get to continually do research and teach at the same time is amazing to me. I never tire of learning or teaching. At Ball State, we're encouraged to work closely with students. That's the best part of all. There's nothing better than seeing a student grow.
Dr. Carolyn Vann is a respected professor and DNA researcher. Academic excellence at Ball State University.
Oh, what a difference you made in my life.
Experience and pride make Michiana Contracting one of the most comprehensive contractors in the state of Indiana, taking projects from beginning stages of design all the way to completion. Our versatility makes us unique. Our quality makes us #1. Michiana Contracting.
Now may be the perfect time for you to become a member of Teachers Credit Union. We're still owned by our membership, our name hasn't changed, and our members, well, they're treated like family. TCU members come from every walk of life. Why do they belong? Because of the financial rewards that come from belonging, like the TCU Visa Check Card. TCU has returned over $2 million to its members just for using their debit card on everyday purchases. You can become a member. It's easier than you think.
Vanco Development and Van Vactor Construction, family-owned real estate development companies now offering commercial and industrial building sites along U.S. Highway 30 in Plymouth city limits. Vanco Development and Van Vactor Construction for all your building needs.
Tonight's IHSAA Boys State Finals, the 3A championship game, brought to you in part by Indiana Members Credit Union. IMCU, keeping it simple. Washington Hatchets have a 7-point lead, 3:48 to play, and Chuck Freeby standing by with a Washington Hatchet from the past.
Indeed, a Washington Hatchet legend, the 1979 Mr. Basketball Steve Bushy, who went on to a great career at IU and now has a son playing on this Hatchet team. Which was easier, playing or watching?
I like them both. I've enjoyed both of them.
As you watch your son Brian, what thoughts go through your head here in the fourth quarter?
A lot of excitement. Really happy for him. He's worked hard for what he's got.
This community has really gotten behind this team. Did you ever see anything like this when you were playing?
Yeah, it was just like this when we played.
Well, I know you're enjoying the game. I'll let you get back to it. Best of luck to you in the Hatchets. Steve Bushy, an Indiana basketball legend.
The last time up, Washington spread the court, and they threw an interception. And there again, Kyle Binge had a wide open look from the 3 line, but it didn't go in for him.
Isaac Stoll to the basket, draws the foul. So with 2:57 to play, free throws now for Isaac Stoll. 6'4" senior. He had 17 last week in the semi-state win at Seymour against Roncalli. He had 8 of those in the fourth quarter. Very good free throw shooter at 78%. He is 2 of 3 on the night here.
Comes that replay down inside, and there's Stoll going to basket. Nice screen by clear out by Bushy to give him the lane to the basket. And as you said, I would expect that Washington is going to shoot mostly 90% shots like layups or free throws here in the last 2:57. Now, that's twice that Isaac Stoll, an excellent free throw shooter, has left it short. That's a sign of tired legs again.
And he missed that one long, tried to overcompensate, missed them both, and Sheets has the rebound.
In this ballgame, Washington is hitting in the high 60s. Just before the last shot, they were 69% from the field.
Randy Davis, the freshman, stays on the floor. Kyle Plumlee, here's a long 3. It's no good by Sheets. It's come up empty here in the second half. Plumlee, right wing. That 3 no good. And just what Jack Edison feared. The Pilgrims 10 of 20 in the first half, 0 of 11 in the second half.
When you're living with that 3-point shot, fatigue will get to you early. You can hit the power layup when you're tired, but there's a difference in that 3-point shot.
And Zeller is fouled. Luke Zeller with 2:21 to play. Personal foul against the Pilgrims. And that will be the 6th against the Plymouth Pilgrims. And that will be the 4th foul on Plumlee. He and Davis each have 4. They lob it into Zeller. Zeller lost it. Coast to coast goes Davis, and he scores. Rick Davis. And now Plymouth is down by just 5 at 62-57.
2-possession game. We got plenty of time for them to come back with 2 minutes and 5 seconds left.
Pilgrims on a 10-3 run. Half-court pressure. They get it to Zeller. Zeller, nice pass to Stoll, who lays it in.
I'll tell you what, Isaac Stoll has sure been used to obviously playing with Luke Zeller. When he catches the ball, Stoll is always slashing to the basket.
And the first 3 of the half, Rick Davis. And it's a 4-point game. Washington with 1:37 to play.
You know, the safest player with the basketball for Washington, Luke Zeller. When he gets in his hands, he takes care of it. And he's the most consistent ball handler at 7 feet tall or 6'11". Give him that other inch.
Plymouth crowd wanted a foul, but it was a traveling violation, and now Washington will have the basketball. It's a 30-second timeout called by Dave Omer. Let's take a look one more time at that last play.
Let's look at this. I thought they called it a foul. They say he scooted on the floor first.
I'll tell you, I think I might have to agree with Jack Edison there. First United Bank in Middletown believes teamwork is essential to achieving success. Whether it's a mortgage for a new home or a loan to purchase equipment for a family farm, let First United Bank be your partner in success. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. And again, I would never don one of the striped shirts because I could never do what these guys do on a nightly basis throughout the great state of Indiana. Rex Nichols, Jerry Taylor, and Dick Modricker are our officials tonight for this 3A state championship game.
I'll tell you what, all the games today have been well officiated, Chris. You're going to miss some calls. You're going to make some mistakes as a player, but overall, pretty good job.
Well, Washington, you look at the stats there, is shooting 69%
pass the ball,
from the
not
field.
dribble when you're double and triple team.
McDonald gets it out. There's no shot clock in high school basketball. Stoll knocked his
I don't know who that was
over.
to.
And now they steal it, but a foul. Joel McDonald has committed the foul. That's only the 6th against Washington. And Dave Omer, with a disgusted look across the way, cannot believe that Washington throws it away again. They have 16 turnovers tonight.
Plymouth is double teaming the ball. That means somebody's open. If you're double teamed, the guy that's doubling leaves their man, should cut to the free throw line so you know where to look for him, and pass the ball more, dribble the ball less when you're being double and triple teamed.
Bench inside to Sheets, now to Davis on the baseline.
I'm surprised he didn't shoot that three.
He had just made a three on the other side of the floor. Here's Sheets, backdoor, nice pass, and Zeller hammers Kyle Benj. Free throws now for Kyle Benj as Zeller commits the foul.
And they put an awfully good free throw to shooter up there, just at 80% for Kyle Benj on the season.
Kyle Benj had 9 first-half points. He had 9 in the third. He has 2 more here in the fourth, and Chuck Freeby is standing by. Chuck?
Chris and Dave, Coach Nicholson was making the point about when you're double teamed, somebody's open. But the problem Washington's had is on the last 3 possessions, Luke Zellers hasn't touched the ball. So Plymouth is able to double team people that they match up size-wise with, and it's given them an advantage in stopping those passes.
All-time leading scorer at Plymouth Benj. 2 very big free throws has cut Washington's lead to 2.
Well, we got a lot of time left. A minute doesn't seem like it, but I'll tell you what, for Dame Ormer and the Hatchets, it's a lifetime right now.
McDonald gives the ball to Zeller. Zeller against Benj. Benj looks cross-court to Stoll. Washington playing
good idea to go right back to Luke Zeller.
Zeller with a quick whip pass to
right
Stoll.
Back to him again in the middle.
Brett Madison has it, now wrapped up and fouled by Randy Davis. Brett Madison is a 63% free throw shooter.
Has not made a free throw tonight, so probably a pretty good choice to foul if you're Plymouth.
Bowen Printing and Copy Center is your place in Plymouth for graduation announcements, open house invitations, accessories, and more. Also offering promotional items, business cards, letterhead, brochures, and of course black and white and color copies on South Michigan Street in Plymouth. Bowen Printing and Copy Center. 63% free throw shooter is Madison. Hard. No good. Rebound Plymouth, and Benj has it with 34 seconds to play.
With Benj with the ball and the three-point shooting, Washington in danger of losing the lead here with 1 stroke of the basketball.
Rick Davis has the ball. Now a drive down the lane, and a foul nearly went in. Kyle Plumlee to the free throw line to shoot 2 with 21 and 6/10 seconds to play.
Nice penetration move there by Plumlee. He's a 73% shooter, and I think that's a good choice. They were not going to give him an open 3. If they come out tight on you, you've got to penetrate to the basket. Plumlee's got a chance to tie it up.
Washington had a 10-point lead at 59-49. In fact, they led by 12 to start the fourth quarter. Free throw good by Plumlee. On the bench with Jack Edison is his son, Michael, an assistant coach who played for his dad for 4 years. And a timeout called by Dave Omer of the Washington Hatchets. It's a 30-second timeout. And put a little bit of ice on the free throw shooter, Kyle Plumlee. For knee pain and injuries, call the Shelbourne Clinic at Methodist Hospital here in Indianapolis. Dr. Don Shelbourne pioneering the latest surgical techniques for ACL reconstruction. Go to www.aclmd.com. Call the Shelbourne Clinic at 1-888-FIX-KNEE. And Carnegie Towing in Plymouth helping you with lockouts, auto repairs, jump starts, tire changes, and 24-hour towing. Though I don't know if there's anybody to help tonight in Plymouth. They're all here. Call Carnegie Towing at 1-800-905-2004. Carnegie Towing, one call and you're hooked.
Chris, you talked about Michael Edison being on the bench. Jack Edison listed the biggest thrill he's had in coaching was coaching Michael for 4 years there at Plymouth High School. And you know, basketball is not our #1 priority, neither is it Jack's, but we put God first and family second, and in basketball, he's got 2 out of the 3 right there on the bench with him.
Kyle Plumlee trying to tie it for Plymouth. He does.
Rattled them both in. Tie ball game. 20 seconds left in the state championship game.
Ball in the hands of Joel McDonald, one of the seniors for the Washington Hatchets, and now Dave Omer and the Washington Hatchets take a timeout. And it will be a full timeout called by Dave Omer and the Washington Hatchets. Down to the final 15 and 2/10 seconds. Plymouth and Washington tied at 64 for the 3A state championship.
Since 1955, Reynolds Farm Equipment has been your John Deere dealer, and we're celebrating our 50th anniversary with a John Deere Absolute Zero event. Zero in on a free utility cart with the purchase of select John Deere tractors. Get 0% financing for 2 years on the all-new 4020 series compact utility tractors. And be sure to zero in on toys, clothing, and more. We have John Deere gear for everyone.
Shop the Reynolds family experience today.
Special events are a regular occurrence at Borkholders Event Center. Here you'll find an auction and flea market held every Tuesday at 8 a.m. and a grocery auction the first Friday of each month at 5 p.m. Borkholders Event Center draws hundreds of collectors and hobbyists throughout the Midwest. Special events include doll shows, gun shows, garage sales, swap meets, a tool expo, and a local furniture and woodworking expo. While you're there, take a break at the Dutch Kitchen, featuring daily specials, including old-fashioned fountain drinks and their renowned apple dumplings. Check out the website for a complete list of upcoming events.
The IHSAA State Basketball Finals brought to you by Vincennes University. Your future, your goals. Choose Vincennes University. Inbounds pass comes from Joel McDonald to Isaac Stoll. The final 14 seconds. We're tied at 64 for the 3A state championship game.
Going to Boucher and then throwing it away.
And they threw it away.
Could be layup time.
It's missed. No good. Plumlee up. Missed it.
Overtime. Wow, 2 good chances there for Plymouth, and give Washington credit. They made the mistake in the turnover, but their defenders stayed straight up, and those were good blocks.
Kyle Plumlee had a chance, but Luke Zeller was there, and we go overtime in the 3A state title game. Plymouth and Washington tied at 64.
Today, productive lives will be lived, opportunities created, dreams realized, because of 3 simple words: yes, I can. For over a century, Indiana Business College has been helping students achieve fulfilling careers and build better lives. Change happens 1 step at a time, and it's easier than you think. Dial now. Classes are forming at our 10 locations throughout the state. Indiana Business College. We change lives, 1 student at a time.
At Martin's, our pharmacists are friendly and knowledgeable, providing personal service and helpful advice about your prescriptions and home health care needs.
Have I answered all of your questions?
Yes, thanks again, Phil.
Service, the kind you expect from Martin's, is fast and convenient too. Drop off your prescription and we'll have it filled by the time you finish shopping.
At Martin's Pharmacy, we provide quality services with a personal touch.
We can tell her our team of experts are innovators in cancer care. We can tell her we have the only hospital-based genetics counseling program in the area. We can tell her that our Cancer Institute outcomes are well above the national average. But all she wants us to tell her is when her dad will be coming home to play again. First-rate technology, faith-based care. St. Joseph Regional Medical Center. Here for life.
The IHSAA Boys State Basketball Finals are brought to you tonight in part by Balance Pro Herbicide. Balance Pro has been used successfully on more than 21 million acres. That's the power of recharge. Last overtime game 4 years ago, 2001, in the 3A state title game. Muncie South beat Evansville Mater Dei 81-78. That was a single overtime, and if you're a basketball fan, couldn't have asked for much more. Well played game as we head to the extra 4 minutes, and standing by, Chuck Freeby. Chuck?
Well, it was interesting to listen into the Plymouth timeout because Jack Edison spent most of the timeout working on a strategy to try to steal the jump ball. It didn't quite work out for them, obviously, but he's not too concerned about his team's defense, his team's fatigue. They've been in close games all season long. He feels they know how to play in this situation.
Washington tries to force the ball cross court on the lob to Zeller. Zeller wanted the alley-oop, but Plymouth a good job of defending that.
Got a body on him, and that's where you stop the alley-oop, get a body on the receiver, and Zeller made a valiant effort, but dove on the floor, but he was out of bounds. That neutralizes that jump ball. The Washington had an advantage there. One of the few times, only 2 times, that you get a jump ball, beginning of the game and going into overtime, and that took their advantage away.
Plymouth has the ball, trying to go for their first lead since the third quarter when they led 45-43. Washington tied it at 45, went on a run, led by as many as 12 in the fourth. Now we're in the extra session. Kyle Benj, he has 22 points. Travels, and he walked with the ball.
Started to reverse, just lost control and slid his pivot foot, and give Justin Smith credit. He's now matched up with Benj.
What we haven't talked about tonight, we told you that Dave Omer's retiring tonight, win or lose. He has 470 career wins. Jack Edison, 499. A win tonight would be his 500th. He won a state championship. Scott Skiles leading the way in 1982. He's going for his second. Washington looks inside, patient in the half court. Zeller has it, a foul. 18th foul against Plymouth, a 1-and-1 opportunity now for Luke Zeller.
I think that's going to be 5 fouls on Rick Davis, number 34 for Plymouth. I have him for 5. I don't know if that's official. I believe it is.
It is official. And you know what? He did a nice job off the bench. He had 9 points.
And he kept a body on Zeller all the time. He's only 6'1", but he was always either in front or behind him, always leaning on him. And Rick Davis played a great ball game for Plymouth. Little personal note for Dave Omer. His wife has been suffering with serious health problems for a year or 2, or maybe a little bit longer, and our thoughts and prayers are with him. And I know Dave has very excited to be here, but he's also been very concerned naturally with his wife, and we wish her the very best.
Corey Bucher is in the lineup now for Plymouth. Rick Davis fouls out there. You see his numbers, 9 points, 4 rebounds. Solid effort off the bench for the 6'1" junior. Now Luke Zeller, 71% at the line. He did not score in the fourth quarter. He had 9 third-quarter points and was scoreless in the fourth as Plymouth did a nice job defensively against him.
Always had at least 2 and brought the third when they tried to throw it to him.
Both free throws good by Zeller. He is now 7 of 8 at the line, and the Hatchets have a 2-point lead.
Brand new ball game, but there's always something about getting that first basket in overtime.
And Plumlee is fouled. Joel McDonald running next to him, and Plumlee to the free throw line to shoot a pair.
And Kyle Plumlee, of course, hit 2 really big free throws to get them tied there in the fourth quarter. Going to see a replay, and you're going to see Plumlee take it off the dribble. He's already got even with McDonald. Once you get even with that defender, you can dictate what's going to happen, and Plumlee did dictate. He leaned in and drew the contact.
Plumlee now with 10 points, has hit 3 free throws. Benj also was underneath the basket there and came up limping a little bit gimpy there.
I bet he plays.
Yeah, I think he'll play.
I know his left ankle is taped. You can see it under his sock there. But he's not going to leave this ball game unless it's something really bad.
Both free throws good by Plumlee, our 10th tie. And Washington nearing the 2.5-minute mark of overtime, tied at 66. They look inside to Zeller. They get it to him on the baseline. Step away jumper. Rebound. Bushi inside.
Oh, he got fouled. They got him. I didn't think they made the call. We can't hear the whistles on that, but we had a good view of that. When Bushi went back up, they grabbed his arm.
Well, Brian Bushi spent a lot of time on the bench in the fourth quarter. 10 points, 5 rebounds. There's the replay. And
there's Bushi grabbing the rebound, turns and goes up, and clearly they got a piece of his arm, and I believe that was Booker who got a piece of his arm.
Well, now Jack Edison has another critical player foul out, and that's Kyle Plumlee. He'll leave with 11 points. And coming in off the bench, Jeff Sheets.
You're right, Plumlee has been a key, and particularly at the free throw line in the fourth quarter and here in overtime. Sheets comes in, and he's an excellent shooter. He has not scored, I don't believe, in the second half.
He has not.
And he had those 5 threes in the first half, if you remember.
Bushi at the line, free throw good.
Big free throw for the sophomore.
You know, watching the interview that Chuck Freeby did with Steve Bushi, I detected a little nervousness in Steve. Really didn't want to talk because I know watching his son play trying to win a state championship, it's nerve-wracking.
It sure is, and I thought the same thing. His son has made him proud tonight, though.
1 of 2 by Bushi. Plymouth has the ball. They've hit just 1 3 here in the second half after making 10 in the first half. Benj hops to the basket, delivers it to Randy Davis. Half-court defense right now, and look at Bushi is guarding the much smaller Davis, and Davis takes him to the basket, and Bushi fouls him.
Well, that freshman has a lot of courage. He's attacked the basket well. He had 4 points there in the fourth quarter, and as you said, he realized he had a quicker step than what Bushi had, and he used it.
All right, 1:58 to play, and the freshman at the free throw line on the sidelines. Here's Chuck.
Thank you very much, Chris. Michael Edison says this freshman Davis is the player on the team that reminds him most of himself, and Michael was one of the great players in Plymouth history. Davis is the kind of kid that will just get in there and scrap and fight, and he's learned very quickly in Jack Edison's system, and obviously he shows no fear.
2 big free throws for the freshman, giving Plymouth a 1-point lead. They last led in the third quarter. McDonald down the lane with a left hand. He lofts it in.
What a great one-on-one move. He set that up all the way. Took his defender to the left, crossover dribble, and just burst down the middle.
8 points for Joel McDonald. 69-68. Washington. There you see the clock. 90 seconds in overtime. Benj. Nice shot fake for 3. Missed it. Rebound by the freshman Davis. And he reverses it in.
What a move for a freshman. What a move for anybody.
Boy, he showed no fear with the much bigger Luke Zeller there, and Randy Davis has 8. They've all come in the fourth quarter and overtime.
I guess it wasn't surprising he hit the shot, but how did he get the rebound? In among the threes.
And we have a foul, and now Zeller is being held by Jason Renz. Free throws now for Luke Zeller. 22 points, 11 assists, and 9 rebounds for Zeller. And he stands at the free throw line where he is 7 of 13 from the field tonight and 7 of 8 at the free throw line. As a team, Washington just 10 of 17. Plymouth is 11 of 11. Zeller perfect.
Tell you what, we talked about him being a candidate for Mr. Basketball. He showed he's made out a pretty good medal tonight.
Washington back in front with a 1-point lead.
This is what a state championship game, I guess, should be like. 1 point ahead, 1 point behind. That's the way it's supposed to be.
Final minute here. Plymouth has the basketball. Davis against McDonald. Freshman against senior. Now Benj. Gives the ball to Corey Booker. Booker has it. Dribbles it out. Hands the ball to the freshman Davis. 43 seconds. Plymouth trailing by 1. Booker. Davis being trailed by Justin Smith.
Well, they're kind of looking for Benj.
30 seconds to play. Does Plymouth wind the clock down for the final shot? They trail by 1.
If they get a good one, I think they'll take it.
21 seconds to play. Jack Edison says, run the offense. Davis on the baseline looking. Now they get the ball to Benj with 12 to play between the circles.
Is this scary if you're facing and guarding Benj?
And now Jack Edison takes a timeout. So with 9 and 8/10 seconds to play, a 30-second timeout called by the Plymouth Pilgrims.
Just imagine yourself out there facing Kyle Benj, 27 points a game, man. State championship on the line with 9 seconds to go, and you've got to stop him. Now, he hadn't shot it great tonight, but I don't care. When you're that quality of player, you're going to have confidence to take and make the big shot.
When you look at the reset, both teams have 10 personal fouls, so both teams shooting 2. Plymouth has been the better free throw shooting team. They are 11 of 11 tonight. Washington, if they would get the ball, and Plymouth, if they miss, would be forced to foul. The Hatchets are just 12 of 19 at the free throw line. Importantly, looking across at the scorer's bench, Plymouth, if they get tied up, they own the possession area.
Well, Washington's 1 point up, but the ball's in Plymouth's hands. If I'm coaching, they say, which would you rather have? Well, I'd rather be 1 point up. You're still ahead. And you've got some shot blockers in there. They were, if you remember, they blocked 2 shots at the end of regulation to get this game in overtime.
So Plymouth has the basketball. Corey Booker.
They want it in Benj's hands.
And he catches it out near the Washington bench. Here comes Benj, top of the key to Davis. Davis drives, loops it up and in.
The freshman.
Randy Davis has given the Plymouth Pilgrims a 1-point lead. Randy Davis, the freshman, averaging 2 points a game, has scored 6 points in overtime, and with 1 and 8/10 seconds to play, Plymouth has the lead.
Here's the replay. They kind of used Benj as a decoy, gave it to the freshman, up and under. Outstanding move. That's his 10th point in the 4th quarter in overtime. The only points he's had all night, and the freshman. Dave Omer is out, and there it is one more time. What a great move by the freshman. Dave Omer's out checking to make sure that the clock is right. I think it'll run down to 1.3, and they did put a half a second maybe back up. It's 1.8. All you can do here, in my opinion, is to run Zeller off a screen deep, throw it up to him high. Plenty of time to catch and shoot. You can't throw the ball in the backcourt. If you do, you've got a Hail Mary.
Dave, they used Kyle Benj as a decoy, and they went to the freshman Davis, and all the time he has spent with Jack Edison's son Michael has paid off. And what a night for Randy Davis. He is 3 of 3, 1 of 1 in regulation, 2 of 2 here in overtime, 6 of his 10 points here in the extra 4 minutes.
Yeah. Be kind of nice. I know they're not thinking anything about next year, but it'd be kind of nice to think about the next 3 years with Randy Davis being around.
Well, when you have all of these seniors for the Plymouth Pilgrims and Jack Edison getting back to the state finals, good to know that you have someone back in the car seat that's ready to take things over.
Well, here's your lineman, and of course they've got Zeller down under the basket all by himself. I thought they might run him off a screen. They may just throw it up and say out jump him and go get it and shoot it.
And Plymouth calls a timeout now. Jack Edison wanted to get a show from Dave Omer, and you know this is one of those games, Dave, this is as good a state final game, as good a basketball game as I've seen, between 2 teams fighting hard. You hate to see one of these teams lose tonight.
You do. They both have played their hearts out. Somebody's going to win, but both teams will be proud of their efforts tonight. The old form of what's kind of the Statue of Liberty play in basketball, Zeller could pop to the foul line to the top of the key and cut Stoll down the sideline and make a touch pass to him. There's time to do that. Not a bad option if they choose. I thought they might at least set a screen for Zeller to catch the ball. They may just throw it high and say, you out jump everybody and go get it. But I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't put a touch pass to somebody slicing along the baseline. And they had Stoll lined up here on the wing.
Let's go to the sideline. Chuck Freeby. Chuck.
Last time out when the players went on the floor, it's interesting to note that the Plymouth seniors, Sheets and Benj, are both out of the lineup, and they came down to the end of the bench. They said they couldn't watch. That is until Benj turned around and saw nobody was guarding Zellers. He fired off the bench and ran almost onto the court, yelling for Renz to get down there and cover him.
So here we go. 1 and 8/10 seconds to play.
Got Bushy and Zeller both down on the basket, and you got 3 Plymouth defenders around them. They'll probably set a screen for Luke, throw it up high and let him go up and get it. You can't foul him. Luke's a pretty good free throw shooter, so he stands a pretty good chance of catching the basketball if they throw it high enough.
Justin Smith to inbound the basketball. Half-court stripe, Zeller. Here's the shot at the buzzer. He makes it! He made it! Luke Zeller at the buzzer!
I tell you what, Chris, I told you he might be the front runner for Mr. Basketball. That didn't hurt him. That did not hurt him. What a shot and what a heartbreaker for Plymouth and Coach Jack Edison.
Oh my goodness.
There's the emotions of losing right there. Watch this. Luke Zeller takes one dribble. He catches it, puts it down one time, goes up, and swishes it. There's no defense for that kind of shot.
Another look at Luke Zeller from just inside the half-court stripe. Hits a shot heard around Indiana, and the Washington Hatchets have won the 3A state title.
Well, again, your heart goes out to the Plymouth kids. Obviously, one's going to lose, but to lose like that, and they were in control, actually. And your heart goes out to them and Coach Jack Edison. What a wonderful game they played. And what a great win for Dave Omar. His last year of coaching, 40 years, and he ends with a state championship on that kind of shot.
Well, there is no question who our Vincennes player of the game is. With personal attention, high-tech resources, and over 200 fields of study, Vincennes University, your college of choice. Log on to www.vinu.edu. Luke Zeller, 27 points, 11 assists, and 9 rebounds. He hits the three-point shot at the buzzer in overtime, and the Washington Hatchets win the state title. And here's Luke Zeller with Chuck Freeby.
Indeed, I've got the man of the moment to take me through the final 1.8. You just shot yourself into Hoosier history.
God's good, let me tell you. I've been praying. I'm a Christian. I always have been. As soon as 1.8 seconds came on the clock, I was praying the whole game, and I knew God had a purpose for me. That was his purpose. He made it plain just like that.
The play obviously set a screen for you to come up to half court and get the ball. Take me through it from there.
They sent me a screen. It wasn't open, and where we planned on having it, we planned on having it on the wing. It wasn't open, so I came to the ball, took a dribble, took the shot. God took care of the rest.
Tell me about your emotions right now.
It's perfect. I told you, God had it worked out. He knew this day was going to happen before I was born, and he's perfect. He knows what's going on.
Congratulations, Luke Zeller.
Chuck Freeby is right. Luke Zeller has etched himself in the annals of Hoosier hysteria. You know, Scott Skiles did it for Plymouth back in 1982. And this was a shot we'll see year after year after year, Dave Nicholson. And you just look over at Kyle Bench and the Plymouth Pilgrims. They did all they could do. But Washington wins, and in his final game, Dave Omer wins the state championship, standing by with Chuck Freeby.
It is not true that Dave Omer had black hair when this game started, but it's no question why he's got some white hair tonight, but a huge smile. Take me through that last 1.8. Was that the way you drew it up?
Yes, believe it or not, we set it up. Luke came to the huddle. He says, I want the basketball, I'll score. So we wanted to make sure with the 1.8, we only had time to catch in one dribble. We didn't want to just turn around and throw it. So we set a screen for him and popped him up. Justin made a nice pass. He just made the Christian Laettner play.
This is one of the great games in Indiana history. It ends your 40-year career. Can you sum up 40 years in one night here?
Well, it's just been absolutely an unspeakable ride I've had with these kids for 4 weeks. We've played super all year long. We've just really, really played well. Our kids don't believe they can lose, and tonight they proved it.
Koufax and Michael Jordan are two of the legends that went out on top. Now Dave Omer's in their company.
Not many people get to do that.
No, not at all. Congratulations. Dave Omer, coach of the state champion, Washington Hatchets.
I guess the new suit paid off, Dave.
The new suit, that may go in the museum at Washington High School. But I'll tell you what, you got to feel great for Dave Omer and the Washington Hatchets. And as I said, your heart goes out to the Plymouth Pilgrims and Jack Edison. They did nothing wrong.
No, absolutely.
Even in that last play, they did nothing wrong. They couldn't foul. They had two defenders there. And when a player hits a shot like that, you've got to really think it's meant to be that way.
And there you see Plymouth, and just a devastating moment for them. Probably, I want to tell you, one of the best games. And I've seen a lot of them, Dave. You've coached a lot of them. I mean, I don't know if I have seen many better games than this one. I think when I'm done with my broadcast career, this one's going to be right there in the top 5 or 10.
I agree. What you have to think, Washington had the advantage there in the fourth quarter in regulation. I really thought Plymouth had the advantage throughout the overtime until that last shot.
No question who was going to win the Trester Award, mental attitude. He's a 4.0 student, co-valedictorian, McDonald's All-American. He hits the game-winning shot. Life is good for Luke Zeller, number 40. He is our Trester Mental Attitude Award winner. The Washington Hatchets win the 3A state championship game. We'll have plenty more. 74-72 Washington on the LeSea Sports IHSAA television network.
Marry a millionaire? Get real. Real college, real experience, real careers, really fast. Vincent's University Preview Days, April 1st or 2nd. Register online at vinu.edu.
Win the lottery? Get real. Real college, real experience, real careers, really fast. Vincent's University Preview Days, April 1st or 2nd. Register online at vinu.edu.
Why choose a union electrician? More instruction and education. Thousands more hours on the job experience. And years more apprenticeship and journeyman training mean your electrical and voice data video project is done right, on time, the first time. That's why. Call the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 153. We're making our communities brighter.
The Washington Hatchets on the Shelbourne Clinic at Methodist Hospital scoreboard with a buzzer-beating 3-point field goal by Luke Zeller in overtime, beat the Plymouth Pilgrims 74-72. And standing by is Chuck Freeby. Chuck?
Thank you very much, Chris. Steve and Lori Zeller, the proud parents of Luke Zeller, who just received that Trester Award. He may be on his way to a Mr. Basketball after that shot. That's the kind of shot that shoots you into those. I'm amazed, though, with my hand on the back of your shirt, it's still dry. I can't believe you didn't sweat through that. Tell me what you're thinking right now.
I'm thinking it's great. God had a mission for him all the way through, and the whole team has played really well at the end of the season, and they just refuse to lose.
Lori, I'm looking at your hands. Your fingernails are still left, but take me through those last 1.8 seconds. It's got to go from devastation seeing Plymouth hit the layup to absolute jubilation.
Yeah, what an excellent Plymouth team. And, you know, I turned to Steve and said, that's not much time. And he said, yeah, it's enough time to about catch, turn, and shoot. And it looked good when it left his hand, but we didn't imagine. It's just awesome.
Well, he is going to Notre Dame. Perhaps the Zeller family had the luck of the Irish going for them tonight. They certainly had something behind them. He's got his Notre Dame hat on, Chris and Dave.
So Luke Zeller hits the winning shot. And here you see the presentation of the runner-up medals to the Plymouth Pilgrims. Jack Edison's ball club battled the whole way, trailed by 12 to start the fourth quarter, forced overtime, looked like they might win it. Freshman Randy Davis with 6 overtime points. He had 10, gave him the lead with 1 8/10 seconds to play. But you go back years ago in college basketball, you talk about Duke, Kentucky, and Christian Laettner hitting a big shot. I think his was only about 17 or 18 feet. Officially, they list this one at 37 feet. The winning three by Luke Zeller.
Well, you look at the Plymouth team, and there's Coach Jack Edison up there. What a class person he is. And those kids are heartbroken. But I tell you, they came in here, and sometimes you come down to a big game and you say, we didn't play well, we didn't do this well. They did everything well. It was a matter of Washington making one more shot, and what a shot it was. That's the emotions of basketball, Chris. You can go from the top of the mountain to the valley, as you know, in one game or one shot. And certainly tonight, Plymouth went from cutting the nets to the bottom of the valley on that one shot by Luke Zeller. And you'd have to go all the way back and perhaps to Stacy Terrain that made that long shot years ago. I don't remember a bigger shot that determined the outcome of the game other than this one.
I've said all along, and I played in the one-class system. You coached in the one-class system. We're in a different environment now in 2005. But the bottom line is the kids play the game, and these kids are about winning and winning championships. We do it in football. We do it all over the map, and you will never tell me that Washington doesn't feel anything different than people felt 20, 30, 40 years ago.
Yeah, you could ask Coach Omer or Jimmy Howe of the Pell. They're state champions, and they're absolutely elated, and it's a memory that the kids and the coaches and the people in the communities will remember for the rest of their lives.
So it's a 2-point win for the Washington Hatchets, 74-72. Jack Edison was in search of his 500th victory, but he is denied. He has 499, was in search of his second state championship appearance. He is graciously standing by with Chuck Freeby. Chuck.
All right, thank you very much, Chris. And obviously just a devastating moment for your team in that final 1.8, but Jack, to be honest, in watching the replays, I'm not sure there's anything you could have done to defend that any better.
Outstanding team, great coach, well-deserved. You know, Dave's been around forever, 40 years. Last game, you sure have to be happy for him. A guy like Luke Zeller, you saw what kind of a player he is tonight. He's even a better person. So you really have to be happy for them. Very well deserved on their behalf. And I know a lot of people here in red tonight are as proud of this group as I am.
Thank you very much for joining us in what's obviously a very disheartening moment for you and your team. You don't find him classier than Jack Edison, folks.
I was just going to say that. That is why Jack Edison has been at Plymouth High School for 31 years. When you just go through that and you have the opportunity to talk about your team and you want to talk about Washington, Jack Edison, you know, he will get his 500th win. It will not be tonight. It will be next year. All he wanted to do was pay tribute to Dave Omer and the Hatchets.
The Hatchets, and also how proud he was of his own kids. And that's why I was so happy on Wednesday night of this week that Jack Edison was inducted into the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame. He deserves it on his coaching, but what a class individual. Wonderful person.
Game was tied at 17 after one quarter. Plymouth had a 2-point lead at the half. Washington had a 10-point lead after 3 and had a 12-point fourth quarter lead, but Plymouth outscored Washington 17-7 to force overtime. In fact, they had a shot at the buzzer by Kyle Plumlee that wouldn't fall. And then if you're just tuning in, Randy Davis, a freshman, had his 9th and 10th points with 1 8/10 seconds to play to give Plymouth a 72-71 lead. And with 1 8/10 seconds to play, Luke Zeller caught a pass at the half-court stripe, a couple of dribbles, and he launched it from 37 feet, nothing but net. And the Washington Hatchets pick up a state title, the 4th. They won in 1930, 1941, 1942, and now 2005, 63 years later.
I look at Dave Omer and his wife standing up on the podium. We referred to her. She's battling some health problems, and this has got to give her a big lift because their life has been supporting basketball.
Lee Lonzo of Carmel High School and the IHSAA Board of Directors giving out the state championship trophy in Class 3A.
Both schools had tremendous delegation of fans here. You can hear the Washington fans, and no less noisy and supportive were the Plymouth fans in this ballgame.
Senior class for the Washington Hatchets picking up that championship trophy. Boy, we had a heck of a 3A game. We anticipate a 4A game. Muncie Central and Lawrence North. Lawrence North, number 3 in the state. Muncie Central, number 2. I don't know how that game, I'm sure it will, it can, but how does it live up to this?
Oh, it's going to be a great game. I have no doubts. We've had 3 good ball games.